Okay, let's go. No time to lose. Hello and good evening on this, actually it's pretty rainy day over here. So today we'll be building and rebuilding. I like those building and rebuilding streams because then I have a motivation to build and rebuild. And sometimes you have no idea for how long something that I'm building or rebuilding has to wait until it's fixed and ready to use. However, before we will proceed, I think I will have to fix my soldering iron because I just noticed that the cable that powers the iron itself, it's kinda broken. But on the other hand, have you already seen the review of this thing, the Radiomaster Pocket? I do have to say that this radio kinda, I will honestly say it surprised me because I was expecting something completely different that I got. Actually, we got, because not only I got it. I have to still turn on sunlight. Okay. Because I was expecting that. Okay, I have to still move the light. Okay, now should be fine. Because I was kind of expecting something that was closer to TX12 or maybe even closer to Zorro. But it turned out the Pocket is actually, I have to say, much closer to the Radiomaster Boxer than many of you might think. Yeah, I know. On the first look, they kind of do not really look like they are similar in any way. But if you compare what they offer and how they offer and the functions of those things, they are actually quite close to each other. I know that already some people asked, can you put the AG01 to the Pocket? No, you cannot put AG01 to the Pocket. And I have no idea if this thing will fit the AG01 Mini. I will have to ask the Radiomaster, maybe they should know, kinda. But like I mentioned, this is a hybrid. This is actually a hybrid between the Boxer and the DJI Remote Controller 2. Why this is a hybrid? Because we have basically the same layout like on both of those radios, kind of similar. This is the standard Radiomaster switch layout right now. So 2-position switch, 3-position switch, 3-position switch, 2-position switch, momentary and something different. In this case, this is the pot over here. But the buttons itself are like on the DJI Remote Controller 2, and we have this antenna which is nicely and vertically positionable. And this is a full-blown HTX radio. It has everything, and 250 milliwatts on the Express LRS output. Yeah, you can buy CC 2500, but I don't think that this is actually such a good idea for the multi-protocol version. There are very little reasons to actually use multi-protocol right now. So that's that. But I honestly was kind of surprised how close to the Boxer, the radio I'm using right now, the Pocket actually is. Today, however, we will not be talking about the Pocket because I already have the separate video. We will be rather talking about me getting rid of this. And this is a process that lasts since December last year, probably, because I'm getting rid of the Ghost everywhere, because Ghost kinda, I regret I believed the Immersion RC. I honestly do have to say that I regret that I believed Immersion RC, that the Immersion RC will introduce something cool and they will actually care for this thing for a longer period of time. I have invested a shitload of money in the Immersion RC hardware because of the Ghost. I bought shitload of receivers and transmitters, including the diversity receivers, and then everything just died. I should have known better, because this is this is not the first radio system that apparently was abandoned by the immersion RC, but well, you learn kinda all your life, right? Anyhow, so since the end of last year, I'm slowly migrating everything towards the ExpressLRS. Slowly. This is why my Boxer, for example, has still Ghost module, because some of my builds are still with the Ghost, like including this quad. The only 5-incher I have right now, because all the other 5-inchers I was not flying and I got rid of them. I have plenty of 7-inchers, but only one 5-incher. And I think it's time just to replace the receiver on the 5-incher with the proper ExpressLRS receiver, because why should I stick with Ghost? But first, I think we have to fix the soldering iron, because I just noticed that the cable got completely disconnected. I think that internally all the connectors are fine, but well, you never know. So we will have to make a smoke test and see if the ring iron is still operational. On the other hand, yesterday my charger exploded. Not really a charger, but I was using for years, 5-6 years, probably maybe even closer to 7 years. I was using the Xbox 360 power supply to power my charger bank that is over there. Yesterday I started charging batteries, like enabled, and like everything died. Good thing I still had the charger from the mains powered charger from the Tattoo, the IMARS Dual. So I kind of like had to plug everything together and try to use this thing. But that's just, well, things are done. Nothing lasts forever, and especially electronics. And the fact about the Xbox 360 power supply always puzzled me why this thing has no fan installed to cool everything. Well, now we know why. Now we know why. Because maybe it was the planned obsolescence. I think that's I think, yeah. Brandon Beans says that why would anyone buy the CC 2500? Yeah, exactly. Well, I know that there are a lot of people that are still flying the standard 2.4 gigahertz radio system, but honestly they are minority, and you should not really buy the CC 2500 radios if you want to go into the hobby or even like upgrade anything you own. That just doesn't make any sense. It's like still buying analog radios, like 27 megahertz radios, when there were already digital ones available. Like, no, especially that it's not really that much cheaper. So, should we also replace the antenna? No, antenna should probably stay without any problems. So, yeah, let me power the soldering iron. Okay, it's getting hot, so I fixed it. You never know. On the other note, something interesting happened since I streamed the last time. By the way, I think I fixed my audio setup. Turned out I had noise reduction twice. That's why most probably the last time the audio from the microphone I have over here, the shotgun mic, was really poor. When I reviewed the recording after the stream, that was bad audio. So, but now I invested like a few hours on Monday into trying the correctly set up the equalizer and the compressor and noise reduction, etc., etc., etc. I think I was able to integrate nicely everything into the Elgato system, that I had everything available on switches. Seems to be working just fine. So how's audio, by the way? On the completely different note, 7 FPV. Jan visited me on Monday and Tuesday. We even tried to fly together on my flying spot. He was coming back from the vacation to Germany, and he kind of like, oh, maybe we should meet. Okay, let's meet. We tried to fly in my flying spot, but unfortunately it was raining, so I gave up. He didn't. Okay, he's a tough guy. Flying in the rain is not really something that I like very much, but that's that. Cool Cat, hello again. You really do love those streams, right, man? Brandon Beans, when switched from T12 to Boxer, his flying confidence grew. Yeah, the T12 was basically a plastic radio, period. And the confidence, let's be honest, if you take into your hands something that is well made, you immediately feel that this is a good quality product. There's still a chance that somebody is pretending, but it's usually enough to take something into your hands and feel, okay, that's too light, and that's that. But I think that was part of the problem with the T12. It was just not giving this confidence that this is really a good quality product. Don't get me wrong, this radio is still light, but I think it's like, it weighs probably the same as the T12, but it's much smaller, so it feels just better. The clamshell is stiff, it's not squeaking, plastic is not really like bending when you touch it. So you feel that this is not a super high quality and super expensive item. Ooh, the lens is dirty. Yeah, it will be fine, but still it's much better than expected. And honestly, for 65 bucks, I don't think that you can get anything better for that price nowadays. Honestly, don't think this is possible at all. So that's that. Okay, we will be getting rid of the Ghost on this build. Too bad. Ghost was such a cool system, but unfortunately it isn't, because for the end time, the immersion RC kinda... yeah. Too bad. Because if you ask me, I still do think that the Ghost did at least a few things much better than ExpressLRS. I still do think that at least a few things are done much better in case of the immersion Ghost that they are made in case of the ExpressLRS. I still have to figure out, so okay, so this is serial port 4, so we will have to remember to have everything soldered to the serial port 4 as well. Omnizone, I'm replacing the RX, and we're gonna probably afterwards also flash the new firmware to the flight controller, because I think it has a slightly oldish one, and I think it's a good idea to just to upgrade a few things on the squad. FPV will stay the same, of course, the flight controllers and the motors, but the radio receiver will be absolutely upgraded. Okay, and maybe today we will not smoke any flight controllers like we did on the previous build stream. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We have a chance not to smoke a flight controller. And yeah, this is my one and only 5-inch freestyle quad that I still own. Yeah, Kukat, exactly. It accepts the nano-sized modules over here. You can have everything you want. And 65. Yes, exactly. 65. So I think the price is, it's fantastic for this thing. Yeah, I'm Omnizon changing to ExpressLRS indeed. I will, however, not be replacing the antenna because I hate replacing antenna. So I will just replace the... Okay, I think and disable the soldering iron because now it will be time for us to A, find the receiver we will use, and 2, we will have to flash ExpressLRS into it. At least update the ExpressLRS. And I already said it for a few times. I don't like how the ExpressLRS solved the issue of the software updates. Honestly, I don't think this is how you should be doing that. You see how many ghost receivers I have over here, and I have nothing absolutely. Who would like to buy my collection of the ghost receivers? I have a load of those, and I have no idea what to do with them. So that's that. RP1. No, not the RP2. I still have a diversity one. And I think I should have, yeah, a few more RP1s. Yup. Including even some Matex. For example, I have something like that. But this is Servo PDB. I will have to make a video of that one day. So one of the RP3. RP3 is the diversity, so no. RP2 is the one without the antenna. So we gonna connect the RP1 then. After flashing, of course. Yeah, I was also using FreeSky years ago, but then I stopped using FreeSky. Yeah, like this is the end, and by end I do mean end my upgrade of my receiver fleet, because I went from 2.4 gigahertz FreeSky to the what was next. Then I used R9. And now I'm moving to ExpressLRS. Well, good thing that I'm the influencer, you know. So from time to time, I'm getting some stuff for free. From time to time, not very often, but still. But I think all the receivers and all the receivers I had to buy myself. So if you think that I'm sponsored right now in terms of the receivers by anyone, no, not really. I paid from my own pocket because of the reasons. So far, I'm quite happy with the ExpressLRS as the user. On the topic of the different, it depends, but as the user, I'm kind of happy, so I'm gonna continue with that. I had to find the cable. On the different note, I hope, honestly, today nothing will be smoked, because I don't want to smoke. I had absolutely enough of the things I smoked recently. 5 volts. Okay, so let's power up the... no, not let's power up, because I still kind of have to connect the antenna. Never, absolutely ever power up any radio thing, even the receiver, without the antenna, because this is just asking for a problem, because there is a pretty good chance that you will just fry the power amplifier, and you don't want to fry the power amplifier, because if you fry the power amplifier, well, it won't work. Fuck. And now we have to fix the cable. Prosto. And now we have to fix the cable, because now the cable is... Things are breaking around me. I think something is giving me a sign that I should give up, because now the cable broke. Not a good sign, if you ask. Yeah, so now we have to fix the cable between the PSU and the receiver, and only then we will be able to flash the ExpressLRS into this thing. Universe tries to give me a sign, but I have yet no idea what does it mean. On the other hand, still bragging, because we like to brag. Actually, I like to brag from time to time. The biggest project of my life kinda looks better than recently, because look at that. Look at that. Today I have the state 0, the ground level of the house finished. Yeah, that was something. I wonder for how long this project's still gonna. That will be complicated. But enough of the bragging of this thing. Let's continue with the fixing of stuff. And the first things we're gonna fix, of course, is the cable. So yeah. Use, what do you want from me? Okay, that should be it. Okay, lovely. Okay, so how was it done before? I think it was just not even soldered, or how was it? I have no idea. Today we will have to just solder this thing, because there is no other option. Yeah, you know, Terry Free, I'm the influencer, so at least from time to time I'm getting radios for free. So that kinda to some extent motivated me to change. That's for free, yeah. It's always, you know, nothing in life is free. You have to pay for everything this way or the other. No, okay. Let's see if I manage to fix the cable. Yeah, it's a nasty job. Nasty soldering job. How this thing should... Huh. I think I fucked up the connector. I think I absolutely... Nothing seems to be working recently. At least in terms of electronics. Fuck! Okay, not pretty, but we'll have to work. So let's connect plus 5 volt. Let's power this thing up. Ta-da! Yeah, the LED is blinking. So it's still not smoked, which is a huge step forward. 3 weeks ago, my phone died. I had to buy a new phone. It's a nightmare. It's honestly a nightmare in terms of things that are breaking recently around me. How to connect to the Wi-Fi, because we will have to ExpressLRS RX. Okay. So first we have to connect to the Wi-Fi. Fandango IoT, and if you don't mind, I will not show you the password to my Wi-Fi. Okay. Connect to network. Let's power cycle the receiver. Pick. Pick. And let's see what will happen next. Next, we will of course have to open the Express LRS configurator. And now we can go to the right screen. And now we still have to, okay, it started blinking. Have it connected to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, device. Device is the Radiomaster. And this is the RP1 through the Wi-Fi, ISM, binding phase. This is fine. This is fine. So, have you connected to my Wi-Fi? I don't think you have connected to my Wi-Fi like you should be connected to my Wi-Fi. Let me... Yeah, it didn't. I have no idea why. Because if... this was one-time connect. Huh. Okay, my bad. I chose the wrong option. That's why I prefer Ghost for flashing, because you cannot mess this thing up. You just like bind and flashing goes automatically. In case of the ExpressLRS, there's always this problem that something will not work like really expected. Blickspan Beats, what your current favorite 7-inch props for ripping, not cinema? Also thoughts on the 533 SPED 7 frame wood arms B2 If you ask me, I have only one prop that I'm actually using constantly in terms of the 7 inches. It's for years. It is the HQ prop 7x4x3 V1S. I don't believe in anything. Not that there is too much of the choice on terms of the 7 inches, but I'm like everything. Both ripping and the cinematic, I go with HQ prop 7x4x3 V1S. Not 733, but 743. Not even H3 3.5, the 4 version. I think it's much nicer than the other one. Okay, still, I think still the ExpressLRS receiver does not want to connect to my home network. Or did it? I think this time it connected. So who remembers what's the URL? Okay, maybe just let's just use the router. Let's just use the router. So what we have connected on the IP? DHCP server, client, relay. Where is the... It's a server on the leases. Fuck. Server on the leases, so we should have it somewhere. Prime Huang. What the fuck is Huang Mi Camera? I have no idea what Huang Mi Camera is and why it's connected to to my network. But okay. RX local. What's the URL? LRS host name. Okay, it's the Yeah, now it worked. Wonderful. So at least this thing worked. We are connected to Wi-Fi, so now we can build. Now we can build, and anything else? I still have to seed IoT. Yeah. Okay, maybe like this. Yeah. Okay, let's. It's still not detecting the receiver, but whatever. Let's just build it, and then let's flash it. And now it was built, so now let's flash it. Update. Nagle and squash FPV. In my case, stuff is breaking around me. But besides that, everything should be good. Okay, now let's power cycle the receiver. And now let's see if the receiver was correctly connected to my Wi-Fi and updated. Because you never really know. And of course we can take the radio. Yeah. Welcome to HTX. And I think something is still fucked up. I think something is still fucked up. And I have no idea what. Okay, anyhow. Let's switch to PRX 5. Let's go to model settings because we have to disable the ghost. Because no ghost. Sorry. And we have to enable the crossfire on the internal one. I think we will still have to power cycle this thing. Okay. Welcome to HTX. Reboot. Okay, I think now it's connected. I think now we finally have everything running like it should be running. Takes power 100 milliwatts. Okay. 2 other devices. RP1 running on the which version? There is no version. Where's the version on this thing? I think something went wrong in the process of flashing this thing. Model ID off, return model, loan model, 10 milliwatts, other devices, exit. 4845. Wi-Fi connectivity, backpack. Okay, but I think it's finally running more or less right like it should be running. Let's just quickly check if we're gonna get the sensors, at least basic sensors. So let's delete all and let's discover new. We got some sensors, okay, but I still have no idea why. This thing does not show that I'm on the correct version of the ExpressLRS on the receiver, because it should be doing that, and it's not. If you see over here, there is no version displayed anywhere. So no, the Lua version is correct. I got the Lua because I'm not flashing the latest ExpressLRS anywhere. This is 3.2, not the 3.3, and this version of the Lua is correct. So I think there's just something else going on. Build back, standard mode, manual mode, 3.2, everything is here, and now we have it. So yeah, let's flash it then. Let's flash it one more time. Wi-Fi failed. Could not connect to the server. Eee. And I'm still not getting the... Something is fucked up. I honestly think that something is fucked up right now, but I still have no idea what is fucked up. So one more time flash. And now it's working. With Ghost, I would just bind connect and it would me ask, would you like to update? Yes, please. Here, unfortunately, it's not really the case. Riot 9. I have this thing, I think, cached, but I do have a fast CPU. I have the... I'm not sure if you can see, but this is Core i7 13700 KF. Not overclocked because it's fast enough. I updated my PC in June and like chose the one of the fastest option I could. It was my first PC update since like 5 or 6 years, and in the CPU wise at least. So I decided, okay, fine, I will get something powerful. It's still updating something. What the hell? Something is wrong. Something is fucking wrong. Do we still have to go through the phone process? Hey, Bandita. Yeah, good old times. And now this bloody thing resetted to the defaults. Fuck. My head hurts. This is... It's always like that. I constantly fucking fight with ExpressLRS receivers. Constantly. I don't remember a single update that went smoothly. Okay, Wi-Fi. We have Wi-Fi. I still don't have the version displayed anywhere. Maybe I should update to 3.3. Okay, screw it. Fuck it. No, I'm not going down that road. It's fine. I assume that this is fine. Let's do the soldering instead. I don't care. Should be fine. Later I will. Maybe I should get the latest version of the INAV, not the INAV configurator, but the Express LRS configurator. Is there a newer version? Which version I have? Express LRS configurator releases 1.6. Yeah, I have 1.6. It's the latest one. Strange, but whatever. You not always can have everything you want. I will be fighting with that. Oh, my cache of wires is kinda almost depleted. I, for example, have no black wire anymore, so we will have to do it like that. Red will be red, of course, but blue will be black. So blue is new black. And how long? That long. That long will be fine. And green. And yellow. Lovely, 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 lovely. I think we can use this thing or not. Shall we use it? Yeah, we will use it later. Okay, so let's quickly solder everything in place, and after everything is soldered, let's set up INAV, and then let's also update maybe INAV, because yeah, I'm flying INAV on this thing. I think every single of my crafts is INAV. Because it's not true that Betaflight flies better. Maybe like that much. But if all the things that we are planning for INAV 7 will actually go to INAV 7, ooh, you're gonna love it. It will be just bloody amazing. Everybody will love INAV 7. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people will love. Oh, Bandita, you will be in Poland. Man, the stuff you brought me last time, it was the best gift I ever really got. Because Bandita was, I think in December, was close to place where I live. And he asked me, "Yeah, come on, I will be close there. What kind of wine do you like? I will get you something." And he's from Hungary, so you know, wine region and wine country. I was, yeah, whatever. I was kind of expecting that I will get, like, I don't know, a bottle of wine, which would be super cool to get a bottle of wine from someone only because, well, I'm an influencer on the internet. No, he got me 11 bottles of wine. No, 11? I don't remember how many bottles of wine you really got me back then, but I was covered with wine for like and even longer. I even like drank like 2 bottles of that stuff during the live streams over here. That was honestly amazing gift, but this time not that many, man. That's really too much, and 1 bottle, if you really want to, is 100% enough, man. Like, not. That was an overkill what you did last year. Amazing, but that overkill. +5 is here. +5. No. Fuck. Red is plus. Ay. Paweł, get yourself together because you are doing stupid things. Red is plus. Now it makes sense. Blue is minus. At least in my world. Okay. And TX and RX. I know there is an official system for naming those, but I never remember what's the official system for naming TXs and RX. So I just solder anything and verify before permanently attaching something with the liquid metal. And that's that. That should be fine. That should be fine. Let's put the heat shrink on this thing. Let me put a heat shrink on this thing. Okay. I love the sound of this burner. Lovely. Dremel gas burner. Not really good for the soldering or like precise work because you cannot really set the temperature on this thing, but just quickly working with the heat shrink. Super convenient, super nice. Works like a charm. And you do not have to have the full hot air station anywhere, which I have, but I never take out because it's just a huge block. I'm not doing a hot air that often, so it just doesn't make any sense in my case, to have the hot air station anywhere any close by, because why should I have the hot air when I'm using the thing like once every year? So if I just want to have something done quickly, I take this gas burner. Super convenient. Super trooper. Why don't you... Why don't you work? On a different note, any good movies you've seen recently? Something I should watch? How about the new Mission Impossible? Anybody saw the latest Mission Impossible? Because I heard mixed reviews. From super amazing and the best movie ever to meh, not really that great. Fuck. Okay. I will have to have this because of course I forgot about what goes where and which cable goes where. And the last thing that we are left is to solder everything, because why not? One thing I don't like about the Kakuti flight controllers is that on the Kakuti flight controllers, the markings of what is what are always so super fucking tiny. That's my main problem with the Kakuti. So Kakuti 8.7, I think this is V2 version. So let's find a view that shows what goes where. Or do we have to open the manual? Okay, no. We don't have to open the manual. So this is ground. This is... What? It doesn't make sense. This is ground. This is +5. Okay, I get it. And this is T6 and R6, right? You see how tiny those markings fucking are? T6, R6. Okay, so this is ground. The one in the corner is a ground. So we will have to solder ground to ground, obviously, because it kind of makes sense. Okie dokie. So ground goes to ground. Okay. Ground connected to ground. Then the +5 goes here. Okay, +5 goes here. And then which one is TX? The X is the green one, so this one has to go to the third. Okay. This one goes to the third. Green is the X. Yes, green is the X, so it goes to RX, and this is the third on in this line. Eins, zwei, drei. And that means that the cable that is left is the RX line, and it has to go to the TX line, which is a third on this line. Woo! That's a lot of complicated operations. But I think it should survive the process. I think it should be fine. I think I made the cable slightly too long. On the other hand, it will be fine. So let me quickly put this thing like that so it's not dangling anywhere. Let's open the INAV configurator and let's try to connect to this thing and check if this thing still works. They are still using the micro USB connector, not the USB-C. Don't buy the flight controllers with micro USB. Not worth it. Always go with the USB-C if you have the option. I have plenty of those, and all the smartphones are right now USB-C only, like USB-C. Okay, it's blinking. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's power the radio. Da, 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 da. Welcome to HTX. No, too late. I have to. Now it should be fine. Now let's connect and let's change the receiver from Ghost to CRSF. Inverted auto node reboot. Yes. You see? It's alive. It's alive. Let's also get all the telemetry sensors. Discover new. Error. Yeah, okay. Error is fine. We have the sensors, so this is fantastic. Can we arm? Yeah, we can arm. Great. And I think I can safely cover this thing permanently. Because I think I still have only like one model I'm still using with the how it's called, with the Ghost. If I only find the cover. I have too much crap. I have too much crap. I will have to throw away half of the crap I own. Bloody hell. One day, but most probably not today, I will clean this mess. Found it. And now we can put this thing over here. And the radio just got smaller, which is actually a pretty amazing news. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is I think I will have to upgrade the INAV version over here. Also, there is the experimental version I think I will have to try. So let's merge, or maybe not merge, let's quickly build the INAV version. Let's run the diff all. Let's save the backup, because you always have to have the backup. And we will be... Sensor last. DFU. Let's launch DFU. Let's compile INAV. Let's flash INAV. Pit small loop optimizations. Yeah. So CD build. But which version of the flight controller is that? I think it's Kakuti H7 V2. I think. So no, this is not Kakuti H7 V2. This is just a Kakuti H7. Okay. Interesting. Kakuti H7. Okay. DFU. So let's build it. Make Kakuti H7. Jan, the problem with my crap is that mostly this is used low value crap that I still think that I might have use for it in some time. It's not that it's really like something valuable or actually worth selling even. It's just crap. Like crap. I feel something like the emotional connection. Half of the crap I own. But that's a completely different story, I suppose. Okay, it's building. As you can see, it's fast PC. It is fast CPU. Robert Ortleb. Hey Paweł, did I see some vital features coming up in INAV, or I was just seeing things? Yes. There is a pretty good chance there will be vital support in INAV 7. Not full blown, not everything will work. Setup might be somehow a finicky process, but yeah, vital is coming. Absolutely. The same guy who fixed the Horizon Grift, Shota, also decided, I will just do it. And he looks like he did it, which is absolutely amazing. So let's flash it. Build Kakuti H7 flash firmware. Let's go. Tech Hoarders Anonymous. Yeah. This is not only tech. Well, tech. Yeah. Here, for example, I have a full drawer. Maybe I can disconnect the top camera and show you this thing. There's an option that we can do it. Yeah, can we do it? What is that? What is that? I have options over here. I had no idea I had. Let me show you something. It will be problematic because of the power source for the camera, but we should be able to work with that. So let me enable autofocus. Autofocus. Okay, so the crap I own, and I don't know why. Like, for example, this drawer, but this is rotated. Okay, how to unrotate the jak to? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to disable rotation on this thing. This is top cam, so I have to go. It will take a moment. Sorry, it will take a moment. Where's the top cam source? Top cam. Huh. I still have no idea. Okay, I see it. Yeah, okay, fantastic. So here I have a drawer that has only different tapes, glues, and stuff like that. Like 50 meters of the double-sided tape like this. Why 50 meters? Because it was cheaper to buy 50 meters than 5 meters. I have it for years, used like that much, but still I have it. Here, of course, is the magical board drawer full of different cables, plus some electronics that I should also probably throw away. And in this corner, we have the heat shrinks. A lot of heat shrink, different sizes. Here, surprisingly, there's almost nothing because over here I keep my soldering crop. So, you know, soldering iron I have over here and so on and so on and so on. So here we have this wonderful section over here. Here I have crap plus my stash of medicine. I have to take pills for the rest of my life, so you know they are kind of useful, and I have to have those pills on me all the time. Here are laptops, company laptops, electronic crap, mouses, lightning, like shitload of things. Here is the charging section where I charge the batteries. Okay. Here, of course, we can take a look at my desk, including a lot of crap on the desk, including things that you see and things that you do not see. Yes, OG Crocs are amazing. Like, they are not really black. They are anthracite or something like that, but I love those. Super comfortable. Here I have stash of tools. So the most useful tools I keep in this drawer, including some of the tapes. I don't know, for example, why this tape is over here, but the place of this tape is over here. Okay. Let me check something. Okay. Here, crap. Here I really do have crap, full of electronics of different kinds. Here I have, previously it was the photo video crap, but now it's just crap, including photo video, because I have goggles over here, I have cameras over there. Over here I had the FPV crap. Now it's mostly crap. And over here I have one more time crap that I should probably clean up and throw half of this crap away. Then, if we look there are like drawers full of crap. Like, crap is almost falling out of the thing. And I will not even show you how the wardrobe looks like, because guess what's mainly in the wardrobe? I wait. So guess what's in the wardrobe? Crap. Exactly, in the wardrobe I also have crap. And because we, as the family, we barely fit in this apartment we have right now. And we are kind of like waiting for the moment when the house will be ready and we'll be able to move to the house. Then we will have slightly more space to have more crap. And that's basically my situation in terms of owning crap and living. Yeah, because mostly this is crap. Very low value usually, and I honestly have a lot of those things because I think that one day I will finally go back to one of the projects I started but never finished. I don't think that I will ever do it, but you know, never know. Maybe one day, who knows? I wish. At least the only good thing is that INAV was flashed, and we can restore the settings from this thing. 2023-0802. Execute. Let's go! Przyda się. Yes, Thomas Anderson. Exactly. Those are przyda się. One FPV. Yes, I'm running out of wire. Yes, I am. Different wires. Yes. And in the wardrobe over there, there is of course like plenty of crap. One day, this crap will be useful. I cannot promise it will be this day, but one day the scrap will be useful. By the way, I'm testing something because I have made some optimizations for the INAV PID controller. I got rid of some of the floating point divisions. I have no idea if it works, but we will know pretty soon, because if I go here, okay, yeah, it works. So we can merge it. Amazing, fantastic. INAV should be slightly faster, because if we open tasks, we will see that the PID loop is right now running on 38 microseconds. On the other hand, it doesn't really matter if it's 38 microseconds or not, because this is H7, and H7 is so fast that nobody will even notice. Nobody will even notice that something is faster or not. But always like, let's make something slightly better than it was before. So that's that. Kittens, it seems that I like DJI more than any other digital system, even if the O3 OSD sucks. It goes like that. It's not about the stuff I love. I do personally think that the DJI overall is, well, it's not better. If you would have me to choose which one is better, Walksnail or DJI, I would have to ask first, define what does it mean better for you. Because honestly, I cannot right now say that, yes, this one is better, this one is worse. Both systems have a lot of features, a lot of unique features, and there are areas when one system is better than the other, and so on and so on and so on. The reason I am with the DJI system is that when I moved to the digital, and I moved to digital, I don't know, 2020, I think late 2020 or late 2021. I don't really remember which year that was. I kinda moved everything. And because I moved everything, I honestly moved everything. That meant that I transferred over the year and something like the year, more than 10 crafts. That means that I bought 10 air units, vistas and cameras and so on and so on and so on and so on. And right now, for me, moving to something different would be a huge cost, because not only prices of everything got much higher, then I just finished migrating to the DJI. Why should I now move to the walk snail? When I got the walk snail goggles, I was like, maybe, well, this makes sense, but maybe, you know, new is always better, and we love new stuff. Maybe I should migrate to the new stuff, and so on and so on and so on. But then I just counted how much I would have to spend to migrate what I have to Walksnail, for example. And when I counted and decided that I came up with like 2,000 euros, I was like, yeah, ain't gonna happen. So it ain't gonna happen, and that's all. But if that I would have like one, I would move probably. Excuse me. I would move probably because Walksnail has some amazing features that DJI doesn't offer. But because I will not spend 2,000 euros migrating to Walksnail, then I'm not migrating to Walksnail, so I basically had no choice. I stayed with the DJI. Because like I said, like, why should I spend so much money on honestly nothing super that relevant? And I don't want to be in this situation that I have some crafts on Walksnail, some of DJI, some on analog, because yeah, I had like 2 crafts that are analog, because I'm not interested in that at all, because then I would have to remember to carry the goggles, charge the goggles, both pair of the goggles. No. I'm not playing that game, so I stayed as my private and personal stuff goes. I just stayed with the DJI, because for me, staying with the DJI was better than migrating everything to the Walksnail. For me, that this was my deliberate decision. But if I was just like entering, if I would be entering the hobby, I would go with the Walksnail. If I was moving from analog to digital, I would go with the Walksnail. But changing from DJI to Walksnail was not really that much appealing to me, so I have not done it, and that's just why it is like it is. Not because I think it's better, but I think for me it was better to stay with the DJI. Simple as that. Robert, Ian FPV digital is still damn expensive, folks. Yes, it is. But right now, almost everything is expensive. So you know. Still, if you ask me, Robert Ortleb, have a nice evening, day actually. Nice. It was nice seeing you again. If you ask me, FPV is not that expensive of the hobby. We might say it's expensive, but it's not. For a few years, mainly this year, but not only, I had phases, I'm cycling again. And, you know, part of the cycling is also building bicycles. I love this thing. I love this thing. Building, rebuilding. Although I have not built anything this year or the last few years, I got one road bicycle. I completely I built. I basically replaced everything besides the frame on my mountain bicycle, including the braking system. Basically everything. It's a completely new bicycle. and only for the upgrades I paid twice as much as original bicycle 10 years ago. So like this was kind of extensive update. And I would like to, after the house building project, I would like to get me a gravel bicycle, because gravel is a nice compromise. I have some woods, I have some asphalt, you know, mixed type of the ground, and it's kind of irritating sometimes to have to go with one type of the bicycle, sometimes with a different, complicated. And I started looking at the prices, and you know what? FPV is not an expensive hobby. FPV is still kind of relatively cheap hobby, because if you want to buy yourself a good class bicycle, not like something from Decathlon, but good class bicycle, still with aluminum frame, nothing super fancy. Only the front fork will be carbon fiber or something slightly better than. Personally, I'm not even the biggest fan of the carbon fiber forks in front, because I think that they are too stiff for my liking. This is fine when you have the shock absorbing, but when you do not have the shock absorbing, then I prefer aluminum fork. Damn, this is pricey. Fuck! Like you start with 2,000 euros, but there is no upper limit. Just no, you just like prices go higher and higher and higher and higher. So single bicycle, you can easily spend like how much? 5,000 euros? No problem. And this is not super expensive stuff still. So, and you cannot really buy an FPV drone that is as expensive as a bicycle. And if you start hoarding bicycles, man, you're screwed. So you know, that's my opinion on the topic. FPV is not that expensive, even though it's not cheap. It's not really that expensive. Like, let's for example take a look at the photography. Yes, you can like get a used camera. And by the way, buying the used camera is not that bad of the choice. I have a couple of used cameras. Very happy with my decision to buy used. I mostly buy used lenses, for example, and quite happy with the result. But this is fucking expensive. One decent lens is more than one set of the FPV goggles. So you know, it's not really that bad if you think about this. Sure, you can have like 20 drones, of course you can, but on the other hand, nothing prohibits you really from like having 20 cameras or 20 lenses or 5 bicycles for 5,000 euros each, or 10,000 euros each. So it's not really that bad to think about this. Is there a cheap hobby on the other hand? Anybody knows a cheap hobby that you just cannot go super expensive? I don't. Cool cat. My last car cost me 430 pounds and sold it after 3 years for 400 pounds. Let's say that the prices of the cars in the United Kingdom are something completely different. They are cheap. Used cars over there are cheap. At least were cheap. But yeah, you can. Well, with the car, it's slightly more complicated because, okay, if you buy a cheap car, you have to expect that this cheap car will sooner or later start to break. You will have to start to fix it. It will not be reliable. And for example, for me, the car reliability is one of the most expensive, not expensive, but most important aspects of the car. When I'm traveling, I kind of want to know that my car will drive me where I want to, and it will not break in the process. So I had old car once. I hated the experience. It was fine to driving in the city, no problem, but whenever I had to go slightly further, it was also okay. Will I get there? Will I get there, or something will break? So this is why I I kind of believe that for me, 100,000 kilometers is okay, but after 100,000 kilometers, things will start to break, and that's the problem. My car broke, maybe not really broke. I had to check some stuff, you know. Oops, it was making a strange sound, like it sounded like the car has a turbo, but it doesn't have a turbo. So I knew that something is bad. I expected that this is the transmission belt that powers the water pump and the alternator and the air conditioning. It sounded like a belt. Guess what? No, it was not the belt. It was the water pump. How much is the water pump? Well, if you buy used and or refurbished, it's relatively cheap, but it's still a relatively new car. So okay, I will get the original, and the original is like 600 euros. Okay, then something was making noise in the brakes. Yeah, okay, rear brakes. You can still drive this thing for like 3 or 4,000 kilometers, but they are almost gone. You have to replace both the discs and the, I don't know how this, klocki, the thing that is not the disc but the second. You also have to replace it. Oh, how much? 500 euros, and the cost of general maintenance like another 500 euros, and like, do it because I need the car. And then the car started making another set of the noise. So that's that. Brake pads, exactly, brake pads. Kittens, Indonesia and Poland really have inverted flags and time. Yeah. Cool cut depends on the water pumps. I think in this engine it's a Fiat, so it's not super complicated. I think in this engine it was kind of relatively okay, because I paid like the 600-700 euros for the pump and the replacement, and also they replaced the cooling fluid. And yeah, you know, but they fucked up the getting rid of the air from the cooling system, so it was making bubbling noises, and I have to add the liquid fluid, cooling fluid, because it was like complicated. So that's that. And have you seen what has to happen if, for example, you have a Tesla Model 3 and you do not use it for like half a year? This is beautiful. This is beautiful what happens with Tesla. You cannot open the Tesla because the Tesla has, at least Model 3, has two batteries. The main battery, which of course powers motors, obvious, it's a huge battery, you will not rather deplete it. And traditional 12 volts battery that is somewhere in the front trunk, that powers only electronics, only the computers, so we can open the car. Guess what? It's so stupid that when you charge your Tesla, of course, it charges the both batteries, but when the 12-volt battery is fully charged, then it stopped charging this, even though it's still connected to the charging station. That means then if you disconnect it and leave it in your garage for like half a year or something, the 12 volts battery will discharge to zero because it powers all the computers. The main battery is not upping this small one, and the only option you have is to either take this car on the lavetta, I don't know how the lavetta is in English, and go to the Tesla service, or try to trickle charge the 12-volt battery. And this is like super stupid, because how to open the front trunk when the remote controller for the whole car is not working? How to do it? You can't. There are some overrides. You have to pry open the front bumper, pull some wires, then disassemble half of the heating system. It takes a few hours to get only to this 12-volt battery that then you can charge to be able to open the car and start driving. Like, this is stupid. Flatbed lorry. Yes. Tow truck. So like, stupid. This is fucked up design, because how hard it would be to like have the, I don't know, this small battery somewhere in the more easily accessible place. So like, yeah, Fiats are fine. The huge advantage of the Fiat that it's not that complicated. For example, in the Fiat, I can replace the lights by myself. I do not have to go to the dealership or service to replace lights, both front and rear. Everything is available. Not always easily available. It like takes 15 minutes because, you know, I have a big hand. It's hard to put the hand in the correct place to, for example, get to have access to the front light. But like, I can do it, no problem. My brother-in-law, the light in his Renault Megane, back then, now it would be like 20-year-old Megane, so nothing really fresh, nothing really new. We spent like, I don't want to say how long, to try to replace the light on his Megane. You cannot access the light from the outside of the car or from the when you open the bonnet from the engine compartment, motor compartment. No. You have to turn the wheels and then try to access from the inside, from beneath the wheel. This is fucked up setup. Like, come on. Yeah, that's not even a technical oversight. I think, like, anyhow. Self-repair, there's a problem with the self-repair, because you cannot really expect to self-repair anything nowadays. Even the simple things are so complicated that very often self-repair is not really an option. Even assuming that companies would not make repair in the third-party workshops too easy. Still getting some of the components would be very hard, not even because those components might not be just available. You cannot like get the replacement for everything. So that's, yeah, I know, like, okay, sometimes some stupid things, yes, absolutely, self-repair should be possible. I should be able to open my phone and to do something. On the other hand, I rather want to have a slim phone, so that means I would not be able really to open this thing because I don't have all the tools. But what Mac does, what Apple does with their products is absolutely too much. On the other hand, I have Microsoft Surface. If this thing breaks, there's not a chance I get this thing repaired. It's just impossible. It's a huge phone. Probably to get to the electronics, I would have to turn apart from the LCD side. So no, that's not really gonna happen anytime soon. Anyhow, yeah, if you make opening this like, let's be honest. I understand that this phone cannot be opened, but it cannot be opened. That's simple, because with this size of everything, there is just not enough place anywhere to put a screws, because screw takes place, and this is a fact. I'm not making this thing up. So it's obvious that if I want to have no frame around it, this thing to be thin, there cannot be any like screws, and everything has to be glued together. I accept that. Absolutely 100% I accept that, because I don't want to have a huge phone. On the other hand, if this was not maintainable, I would be pissed off. Yeah, but okay. Okay. Anyhow, I think it will be ending for today. I did everything I wanted. I have this thing running on the Express LRS now. We had a nice talk about stuff, including crap. I showed you how much of the crap I don't really need, I own, and I really should get rid of this crap. I'm a crap hoarder. I think we're gonna meet this Saturday for another live stream, traditional Saturday night live stream with some discussions on the topics. I'm slowly making a list of the topics we will be discussing over there. Steadfast RC INAV 4 update to INAV 6. Don't be scared. You can back up your current settings. I can show you how to do it. I have everything. With every release, we publish the update procedure. Like for example, for INAV 5, we have the update procedure from the INAV 4 to INAV 5, etc., 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 from INAV 5 to INAV 6. So the procedure actually is super simple. You go to the configurator, go open the CLI, type diff all, press enter, save to file, and I have not showed it to you. So from the top, let me reboot. Now, you go open the configurator, go to the CLI diff all. You will get a list of all the settings, including the current version you are running. Save to file, you save the file somewhere on your drive, then you flash it with full chip erase. You go to the CLI after flashing again, use load from file, and just apply the settings you previously saved. Some will be missing, but you just have to read the release notes, and it's done. If you will want to go back to the previous version, you can always flash the previous version. This is not a problem, because even this thing says that the current version you are running. So just flash it again. You cannot brick the flight controller, so should be absolutely no problem. Don't be scared. It will be fine. It will be fine. Anyhow, like I said, we will be slowly ending. It's 8:30 over here. I'm reading a great book. After like 20 years, more than 20 years of a break, I decided to go back and read Dune again. So far, only the first tome, first part of the Dune. Probably it will end up on all 6 when I will have some time, because I'm preparing myself for the second Dune video movie that will come out this November. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I will not be disappointed like I was disappointed with many other movies last year, but that's a different story. Thank you very much for watching. Happy flying, and most probably we will see each other on Saturday evening. For Terry, it will be middle of the night live stream. Ciao.